Hmm. What kind of opening should I do for this review? Come on. Think. Oh, that feels so good. Yes. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the anime MM. Now, MM follows a high school boy by the name of Sato Taro, a hardcore masochist. And for those of you who don't know what a masochist is, it's a person that gets sexual pleasure from pain. And he seeks the help of the secondary volunteering club led by Izurugi Senpai to cure him of this ailment, as well as seeing him form romantic relationships with various girls. Now, I was recommended to watch this anime by one of my subscribers, Carlo Yap, and you all voted for this anime to be one of the animes that I review for the month of November. And I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed this anime. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of romantic comedies, and this one definitely delivered in the romantic comedy aspect, at least for me. First things first, let's get this one out of the way. The animation and character design were solid in this anime. They weren't the greatest, but they weren't a piece of shit either. I honestly found the story of the anime quite intriguing, following a main character who turns out to be a masochist. You don't really see a lot of masochistic characters take the center stage in an anime. Normally they're there for comic relief, like side characters or supporting characters, but never the main character. So I gotta give the anime props there. But where the anime truly shines to me was in its second half, where they fully embraced the two elements that they excel at, which was the wacky over-the-top comedy and the relationships Taro had with Yuno and Izurugi Senpai. And yes, I am very well aware that this anime is full of many harem rom-com cliches that we've seen in a bunch of animes before, but it never bothered me. I just ate that shit up because I love romantic comedy animes, especially harem animes. Although I will make an argument that the harem in this anime wasn't all that dynamic. It wasn't the greatest harem, but still, I enjoyed it. Although the anime did surprise me by the fact that they never once resorted to using the comic misunderstandings that we've seen in other rom-com animes before, so good job there. And speaking of the relationships, the last thing that I really liked in this anime were the characters. They were just so much fun to watch and very likable. Our main character Taro, the masochist that he is still a nice guy that really cares about his friends. And I know that is the typical standard for a rom-com protagonist to be a really nice and selfless guy, but I thought it was still really well done in this anime. And then we got Izurugi Senpai, one of Taro's love interests and the standard tsundere character of the anime, who acts very abusive to our main character and pretends like she doesn't care, but deep down really does care about him and is a very vulnerable character. I liked her, she was fun and entertaining, but my favorite love interest in the entire anime definitely goes to Yuno. I really like this character. Not only does she have a very unique design, she has a really light personality, but her backstory explaining why she has androphobia, which is a fear of men, was so believable and handled so well. They took it really seriously and it took me by surprise. Like, I thought they were gonna make it like a joke, like she met this guy and he accidentally touched her and she was like panicking, but no. What really happened, what really caused her to fear men is a serious issue that happens in real life, and I thought it was well executed. It's one of the better serious moments of the anime. She's also the character that grows the most in the entire anime, starting off hating Taro and his masochistic behavior to understanding, getting closer, and becoming fond of Taro. And I absolutely loved Taro and Yuno's relationship. It is, in my opinion, the heart of the entire anime. Every single moment that they spent together, I thoroughly enjoyed. I just ate that shit up and I just wanted to see more scenes with them. They had such a strong, loving, dynamic, and caring relationship that I found extremely cute. I also enjoyed many of the side characters, each one bringing their own unique flair and humor to the anime. My favorite side characters, and honestly, the funniest characters in the entire anime, was Taru's sister and mother, who have strong incestuous feelings for Taro. These two characters had me laughing out loud every time I saw them on screen. The pure ridiculousness and zaniness of these characters was gold. Comic gold. And I know it's very shocking to hear me talk positively about characters that are trying to have an incestuous relationship, but the reason that I really liked it is because they never ever once took it seriously. It's all played up for laughs, and it's really well done. It is hilarious. Not only that, they never saw it as an option. It was never like a clear option, like he's gonna either end up with his sister or his mother. He's very, very reluctant. And again, it's played up for laughs. Had the anime taken it just a little bit seriously, then we have a problem. But they didn't, so I really enjoyed it. But as much as I thoroughly enjoyed watching this anime, I did have a couple problems with it. The first and biggest problem that I had was that the anime was struggling with its identity for the first 5 episodes. It wasn't clear what it really wanted to be, what direction it wanted to take. Was it gonna be an over-the-top, wacky rom-com with some sentimental moments? Or was it gonna be a dramedy that really focuses on its characters and tries to understand them? Now, don't get me wrong. Both elements, for the most part, were handled very well, especially the dramatic scenes. I was so surprised at how serious they took them, and very happy that they decided to take that direction. It's just that they don't mesh well together. They kind of cancel each other out. Like, you'd be watching an episode and be like, wow, that was such a dramatic and touching moment. I was so surprised that they took this direction. This anime has so much Wait a minute. Did he just go Super Saiyan right now? Or vice versa, you'd be watching an episode and be like, oh my god, I'm having so much fun with this episode, everything's so lighthearted and comical, I'm laughing my ass off, this is just such a fun time. Oh. Well, that's kind of sad. Kind of killed the mood too. Not only that, but the anime is kind of misleading in its first episode, making you think that this was going to be an anime that was going to delve into the characters and explore why they behave this way and all that stuff. And they kind of do, but they drop that almost immediately to focus on the wackiness of the comedy. And that's really where the problem lies. This anime just needed to commit from the get-go. Either be an over-the-top wacky comedy at the start, or be a dramedy at the start. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Although I overall found the humor to the anime hilarious and quite enjoyable, there were many jokes scattered throughout the entire anime that I found extremely repetitive, unfunny, and annoying. The most repetitive of them all, the one that just pissed me off each and every time I saw it because it just never made sense on a character level, was Yuno's overreaction whenever Taru would get close to her. At first it made sense. She was afraid of men, that's why she overreacted that way. But as her bond with Taru grew stronger and as they spent more time with each other, it just doesn't make sense that the character would overreact whenever she would get close to Taru or whenever she would touch Taru, because there's already a camaraderie built here. There's a bond here. There's chemistry. She's not going to overreact whenever the guy that she is fond of is near her. She's probably going to like that. It just felt like it was a forced comedic moment just to throw in another scene where he gets attacked. Now, if it was another guy, it would make sense, but her attacking Taru, it's not funny, it's just really annoying and bothersome. Another issue that I had dealt with one of the side characters named Yumi, who is Yuno's best friend. At first, I just didn't pay much attention to this character. I found her to be really pointless and uninteresting and just thrown into the anime to give Yuno a best friend and to add another tsundere into the mix. I felt like she was an unnecessary character. But then they did something really interesting with her that you rarely see in harem animes, and that's the fact that this character never once falls in love with the main character. Yumi is actually attracted to his best friend. And what I hated about this is that they never explore this relationship. Like, what was it like? Was it one-sided? Were they on the same page? Did they get along well? I wanted to see them kind of hang out. And you get some scenes, really brief scenes of them two together, but you never really get to see them bond. And it would have been nice to actually see what their relationship was like. And I know, again, it's a harem anime, so I'm supposed to focus on the main guy, but it would have been so awesome and refreshing if they explored the dynamic of this relationship, something that we rarely see in any harem anime. But overall, even with all its issues, I still really enjoyed watching MM. It's a solid romantic comedy anime, and I'll give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think that it is definitely worth watching, especially if you are a fan of romantic comedy animes like me. But anyway, what did you guys think about this anime? Did you really like it? Did you enjoy watching it? Or did you find it really boring and dull and you couldn't get into it? And let me know, who is your favorite character that is a masochist in an anime? Comment below and let me know. And until the next video comes, guys, if you would like to be part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Waller II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.
Wow.